going on, guys? It's your boy ILL from OTG Beat Tutorials and drumfordrum.com. We're now at step 2 of the Ableton Live tutorial. We're still in the basics for those who don't understand or don't know or have never used Ableton Live or thinking about buying Ableton Live. I'm going to cover it step by step to show you what you need to know and how to use this software. It's a very powerful software if you take your time and get to know it. There's a lot of tutorials out there that show you different things, but they spend a lot of time promoting their own music and not showing you what you need to know to use the program. So we're going to go through this step by step, and I'll show you how to make a complete beat. And by the time we're finished, you'll understand everything there is to understand about Ableton Live. All right. So this right here is what you call your clip view, this window right here. You can right-click, insert audio tracks. You can record right here, insert a MIDI track, and if you double click, that's how you create clips. These things right here are called clips. This is your clip window right here. Right here, this is a 2-bar setup. If you notice right here, it's a 1-bar length. Excuse me. If you notice right here, it says position, length, 1 bar. You could change that to click on it and just press 2 and enter, and you'll change it to 2 bars. If you want it to be 4 bars, you could click, hit 4, you could change it to 4 bars. Now you could change the color right here. You can name the clip, you could change the color to whatever you want it to be. So if we want it to be red, now it's red. You could change apply a groove. We'll get into grooves later. Right now, this is the basics. Alright, if you hit E, it'll show you your envelopes. Here you could draw in different envelopes, pitch bends, volumes, pans. It's pretty simple. So you could take your pencil and draw in what you want. If you want it there, want it right there. Pretty simple. Okay. Out of that, this is your loop start. This is where you set your loop. So if we were to press play, it's going to loop. Comes around, starts over. Very simple. Okay? Now, you can collapse this window by going down, bringing it, dragging it down, and leave it there. Or you can hit this arrow in the bottom, and it'll close it totally. Hit that, it'll open it. Alright. Over here, this is where your instruments will be. You see you have live instruments. You have your MIDI effects. You have audio effects. Right here, this is where your plugins would be. This is 3 different folders that you can have preset to find on your desktop, your sounds folder, wherever you choose to point to your sounds. If you press this arrow, it'll close it. If you press it, it'll open it up again. Alright. This is how you would turn this right here is how you set your quantization for the whole track, for your global quantize. If you watch the prior video about the preferences, you'll see that we talked about quantization. That's a whole different story right there. Basically, I use mine on 1 bar because I use a launch pad. I have 2 launch pads, which I use to trigger clips. But that's what that is. This is how you would change your tempo. This is your 4/4. This is your metronome. So if you press play, your metronome comes on. Okay. This is your tap tempo. This right here, you can use Ableton. I have a Rhodes piano set up. You can use Ableton to your computer keyboard to play the sounds, trigger sounds. So alright, if I wanted to hit this key, now I can click on anything and set it to a key. So if I wanted to play, I'll click that, and I could set it to number 1 on my keyboard. If I wanted to stop, I could press 2 on my keyboard. If I want to record, I could press 3 on my keyboard. Then you click on it again to come out of it. So now, notice it played. Press 2, notice it stops. Press 3, notice it's record armed. Press play, now it's recording. Press stop, now it's stop recording. Now, this is an important thing. If this is your session view, you go there. If you go to the top of this timeline right here, see where my mouse is by the one, you'll get a magnifying glass. If you click, hold, drag, you can pull it down and it'll extend it. Hit this arrow, now you can see there's nothing there because we didn't play any keys. Click on it again, press delete, it erases it. Now you can go back to the live clip view by pressing this, or you can press tab on your keyboard, on your computer keyboard, and it switches back and forth. Alright, these are your session lanes. Therefore, you can set this, double click, rename, and name it intro. Then name this verse. Then name this bridge. And name this end. So now you can have your intro right here set across the top, have your verse set here, have your bridge here, and your end there. You can press play and you'll control those clips. Play there controls those, etc., etc. This right here is your scroll bar. This is your I/O setup. If you click this, this tells you where your audio and MIDI is coming in, how to monitor what's coming in and what's going out. That right there, the R, that's for your returns. The S is for your sends. The M is for your master volume and faders. The D is for your track delay. And the X is if you were to DJ with live, you could set this on A, set this on B, and use this as a crossfader. But we're not going to use any of those right now. We're just going to stick to the basics. And basically, that's everything you need to know about the live window. Oh, actually, this window right here, this is your clip view, but it's also where your instruments go. So if you wanted to drag an effect, we have our Rhodes. Now we take audio effect and we could drag it and drop it on the end. So say we wanted to add a reverb, you just drop it on the bottom. Let's turn that up some. I don't know if you guys can hear. We'll turn our wet knob to make it have more reverb. Wet means more, dry means less. And basically, there you have it. That's the basics of the live view, of session view and clip view, and a basic rundown of everything you need to know. Oh, one last thing. If you press help, you can open the help view, and this right here will give you everything that you need to know and walk you through basic lessons of live. We'll cover that in the next video.